Hello guys, the Maniac here, and welcome back to a brand new video in Switch Month 2. You know, although the system came out almost a year ago, it has a huge library of both first-party and third-party titles that are just awesome. But since the console just came out, I still think there's a huge potential for awesome franchises and game ideas to be brought on this console. So here are my top 5 games that I want for the Nintendo Switch. This list will be mainly focused on brand new first-party titles that haven't really been rumored or announced yet, and not necessarily about third-party ports. So sorry, no Dragon Ball FighterZ, no GTA 5, and no Overwatch. I'll make a separate video on those eventually, or I might just make a comment saying all of those third-party ports that I would like to see on the Switch that we haven't heard of yet. Without further ado, let's begin.
Number 5.
Super Mario Galaxy 3. I had a hard time deciding if I wanted this or a sequel to Mario Odyssey more, and honestly, as awesome as Mario Odyssey was, I just feel like it didn't really capture the magic that the Galaxy games had. The combination of the atmospheric worlds and orchestral music made the Galaxy duology arguably some of the best video games ever made, and I really miss experiencing them. It would be weird seeing another Galaxy game after Galaxy 2 came out in 2010, I know, but then again, everyone is excited about Metroid Prime 4, even though Metroid Prime 3 came out over 10 years ago. If we do get a Galaxy 3, however, I want the game to be less linear than the previous 2 Galaxy games. I can just imagine how awesome it would be to have an open world space adventure. Doesn't that sound awesome? And I know you guys are probably wondering, wait Zach, if this game isn't on the Wii, how would it control? Easy. The left Joy-Con would function like the nunchuck and control movement, while the right Joy-Con would be like the Wii Remote and control the basic actions of the game and the spin jump. I mean, the Joy-Cons have built-in motion controls, right? Hopefully if Nintendo decides to use this control scheme, that they can have an option to turn it off for those people who prefer a more traditional control scheme. Maybe it's just nostalgia, or the fact that Galaxy 2 is my favorite game of all time, but I just really want to see Mario go back to the Final Frontier one last time. And no, the Moon Kingdom in Mario Odyssey does not count.
Number 4.
Super Nintendo Maker. With the recent success of Mario Maker on the Wii U, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a game similar to it on the Nintendo Switch. I could definitely see Nintendo making a deluxe port of the game with new features, but I don't think that's good enough. For this next entry, if you will, I want Nintendo to go above and beyond. Imagine a game where you can make levels from not just Mario, but Donkey Kong, Kirby, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, and more. Wouldn't that be cool? Not only that, but imagine if you could make your own music in a song creator, just like the one in Mario Paint. Like how Mario Maker was a celebration of the level design of the Mario franchise, this game would be a celebration in the 2D Nintendo franchises. The possibility for crossing over the worlds from these series are endless, and there's a huge potential for people to create some really interesting levels. And for that reason, I would rather have this game than a Mario Maker Deluxe or a Mario Maker 2.
Number 3.
A new F-Zero game. The F-Zero series is one of the worst selling Nintendo franchises, and it's been dormant for over 15 years. However, with all the marketing and hype surrounding the first-party titles of the Switch, I think right now is the perfect time to bring it back. Now I know that we have Fast RMX on the Switch, but it's more like a Wipeout clone than a spiritual successor to F-Zero itself. F-Zero has its own physics and brutal difficulty that no other racing franchise can recreate. But what's really frustrating is that Miyamoto doesn't really know what to do with the franchise, but there's so much potential in having an F-Zero game for the Switch. There could be a track editor, and even though it was in the F-Zero X expansion kit and F-Zero Climax, it's never been in an F-Zero game outside of Japan. Or what about a story mode where you play as Captain Falcon, drive in a city, and Falcon punching people in beat-em-up style missions? I mean, Captain Falcon's really popular in Super Smash Bros., so it'd be really cool to see some of his special moves incorporated into his own franchise. What about an online mode where you can have up to 32 players on screen at once? I mean, Why hasn't Nintendo made a new F-Zero game in so long?
Number 2.
Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is one of my all-time favorite franchises. I remember when I couldn't take my City Folk experience from the Wii onto the DS and being really disappointed about it. And that was back in 2008. Now with the Nintendo Switch, you can have a home console Animal Crossing experience that can be taken with you anywhere you go. It'll be like connecting your 3DS to the TV and playing New Leaf at home, but with better graphics and more stuff to do. Speaking of New Leaf, its great innovations truly made it arguably the best in the franchise. So in order for this next game to be better, Nintendo would have to go above and beyond what New Leaf offered. I think Animal Crossing on the Switch would focus on the idea of exploration. Imagine having the largest towns in the entire series and being able to traverse through them on bikes. Or imagine going in caves on nearby shores and beaches and selling off all the minerals that you mine up for a lot of bells. There's a lot of new features and potential that could be in this next entry, and I think that the game could take advantage of the multiple modes you can put your Nintendo Switch in. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an Animal Crossing game on the Switch, because every single console since the GameCube got a game in the franchise, even if the last few ones were just mediocre spin-offs. Let's just hope that we get another main series title, and not an awful spin-off like Amiibo Festival.
Number 1.
A port of Smash Wii U/3DS on the Nintendo Switch. I doubt that we'll see Smash Bros. 5 for a long time, especially since Smash Bros. 4 is the largest game in the franchise to date, and it drains Sakurai with all the massive effort that he put into the game. So I think we'll get a definitive edition of Smash 4, where we'll get all the modes from the Wii U and 3DS versions, plus a few new characters and stages. We could get a new story mode similar to the Subspace Emissary in Brawl. And since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold very successfully, despite the original being the best-selling game on the Wii U, not releasing this port would be a wasted opportunity for Nintendo to sell millions of Switches. Having a portable version of arguably the best Smash Bros. Game makes it the game I want the most on the Nintendo Switch. Did the game you want not make the list? What Nintendo franchises you want to see return on the Switch? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video in Switch Month 2. Bye. I never realized how many awesome games I have for the Switch. Oh, hey, made it to the end of the video. Thank you. If you want to check out the last video I did for Switch Month 2, click on the bottom to check out my End is Nigh review. Or if you want to check out the rest of Switch Month, click on the playlist on the top. Anyways, I gotta get more games for my Switch collection because I just love the system, so I'll see you guys soon.